Welcome into the Central States Game of the Week here on Stream Sports Midwest. I'm with Eric Willowite. I'm Aaron Schellen, and we've got an 18U Midget Major matchup here this afternoon between the Chicago Hawks and the Chicago Bulldogs. Eric, your first opportunity to take a look at these Central States players. Happy to have you with me today.
Yeah, glad to be here, Aaron. This should be an exciting game. Anytime you get into the 18Us, you know the pace of the game is going to be pretty fast-paced, pretty intense, and we're looking forward to this battle between the Hawks and the Bulldogs.
It is. It's our second week doing Central States. We were in the brand new Rosemont Ice Arena last Saturday, and we're in Darien today at the Darien Sportsplex, the Campbell Rink, high above ringside.
That's right. And nothing says hockey, Aaron, in September like a 90-degree day today, but you know, we're going to have another stretch of summer. Summer doesn't want to give up, but we're not going to wait for summer to leave. If hockey's happening, hockey's happening.
Yeah.
Keep that down for someone like me.
Well, all right. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we dealt with a lot of rain and a lot of nasty temperatures there in weather in August, and now we're here into the middle of September, and it still feels like July, right?
Yeah, it really does. But again, you know, these players have been ready and prepared for it, so they're ready to go. We're looking forward to it. For those of you familiar with this rink here, you're aware of, you know, from the broadcast standpoint, we're up high. We are in the balcony area here, and there are some obstructions when we pan right and pan left, but we try and get as much of the corner as we can. But this is, from this rink, this is the best vantage point to broadcast from.
Yeah, poles get in the way.
Yeah, they do. Breaking news.
So we haven't done a lot of 18U games in our time together, Eric. I'm looking forward to this. You mentioned before we went on air, you said it should be a fast-paced game, maybe not a quick game, but fast-paced, right? You're gonna get a lot of up and down, a lot of young men who know exactly what they're doing on their skates. So it should be a fun one. Yeah,
that 4 officials in 18U, so nothing is going to get by the stripes today.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Well, it's not quantity, it's quality.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Both teams lining up around their respective nets. A couple of goalies on each side, so we'll get you the starters as soon as we have them. For the Chicago Hawks, you got Brett Diacetis and Nathan Carter, and for the Bulldogs, JC Aguilar and Thomas Kozlowski are your starters on both sides. And we'll see who gets the nod. 17-minute periods, and I believe we will have an ice scrape between 2 and 3, if I remember correctly.
That's what I think, yeah.
We'll see when we get there, though. Should be fun. Number 41, Braden Myers for the Hawks, is rocking the C on his jersey. You don't see a lot of C. I guess at this level you probably do, but
yeah, more A's than C's.
Yes, yeah. It looks like for the Hawks, it'll be Brett Diacetis, number 33, getting the nod in the net down to our right. And I'm guessing JC Aguilar, because I saw Thomas Kozlowski walk to the bench. I think JC Aguilar, number 29, will get the start for the Bulldogs.
There he is.
Oh, you got him?
Yep.
It's expert camera work.
Well, you know, I try to be efficient in my shots.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And just want to remind everyone, this 11:40 game will start at about 11:44-ish. Why break the streak now? So,
absolutely.
Okay.
We are underway here in this 18U matchup, and Right out of the chute, the Blues with an opportunity, but in offsides. Excuse me, the Bulldogs in offsides. I'll get it right eventually. The Hawks rocking their New York Rangers style white jerseys with the red and blue stripes. And we know there are some buffering issues. We are efforting it. Unfortunately, we are limited by the rinks, and we're onto our third way of trying to make sure that we can get the stream to go smoothly. So just bear with us while we work on it here. Around to the far side. Puck comes out to center ice. It's taken there by Lukashwa. Gives it off to Shukin, Mark Shukin. Drops it back to Lukashwa. Back to the point. Shot and rebound by Shukin, shoveled past the far post. And the Bulldogs will take possession here.
Some good early pressure by the Hawks. Now we got line changes.
Puck is left for Ben Macinas. He gets it out to center ice. Back into the Bulldogs' defensive zone. They'll flip it to the neutral zone. Wetchett will play it there. It's pinned along the far point, dumped in deep. First one on, it's Anthony Nichia. Behind the net now, Bulldogs try to stick handle out in front. And out with it come the Hawks. Down the near wall. Ian Menisco into the corner, gets bumped hard there by Ryan Gade. Back at the points. Now in the near corner. Kept in by the Hawks. Up around the far side, and icing is waved off. Right in front of us by the near point. Far side, Bulldogs have it. Push it in deep. Laying it there is Evan Madison. Madison gets hammered up against the backboards. Able to play the puck, though. They'll score it out over the Hawks logo at center ice.
That's literally taking a hit to make a play.
Yes. Bulldogs behind the net near half wall. The puck eludes the intended target. It's taken there by the Bulldogs. They'll regroup. Back in their defensive zone, flipped out to center ice. Now the Bulldogs with some speed. Anthony Torres drops it. Far half wall. Torres now behind the net. Tries to center it. Throws it back behind the crease. Torres with a bad angle shot, and the save is made by Diacides.
That was a nice job by Torres just to flick the stick to get the puck to a teammate behind the net. And then he was the recipient of that pass from behind the net, able to get a shot off for the Bulldogs.
Up the near side. It's Rainey. Rainey's shot goes wide. A bad angle shot for the Hawks. Now in the corner with it. Back to the point. Shot through some traffic. Doesn't make it through. But it does come out in between the dots. Backhanded on goal by Eli Decker. Goes wide of the far post. Now out to center ice. Sitting near the blue line. Bulldogs will have to regroup. Play it in their own zone. Chipped up ahead. This is Decker. Decker loses it. Potential breakout here. In all alone. Jacek, his shot. The glove save made by Diacides. The draw will be to the left here of number 33 in white.
Was able to touch it. And now the Bulldogs have to go back inside their own zone and regroup. Play along the near boards. Hawks will dump it in and head for a change. Skating with it now will be Sawyer. Outlet along the far boards. Puck was almost carried in the zone. And then thrown on net for the save.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
We're working our best here to get this stream up and working for you, but yeah, unfortunately, some of the rinks just make that difficult. So we're going to do our best here for you. We'll make some changes in between the first and the second period that hopefully adjust some things, but we'll bring you this game as best we possibly can here. Shot from the point. That was off the stick of Seagull that goes wide. Now slung around to the far side. Bastic keeps it in over there. Pushed up the near wall. Kept in by, that's Andrew Johnson, and we're going to have a penalty called here on the Hawks as we have a Bulldog skater down behind the bench, or behind the net, rather.
And we have a trainer coming out.
Going to the penalty box will be Gavin Weebler.
Actually, the trainer was waved back to the box. Good to see. I think that was 15.
Justin Pappin.
So he's skated off under his own power.
It's nice to see them bounce back up and get to the bench on their own. You know, they want to avoid the trainer, right? When the trainer comes. Torres on the draw for the Bulldogs, kicks it forward.
It's nothing personal, it's just hockey.
No, it's just hockey. Kept in at the point for the moment, driven through, though, by Eli Decker. He tries to play it forward and can't. Right at the near point.
Nice extra effort there by Myers to at least get a stick on that puck as he was falling down. It's those little things that really add up in these games there. And, you know, they may not jump out at you at first, but possibly that prevented a rush from the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs working across the zone. Mazur leaves it for Torres. Tries to drop it for Mazur again. Here's Chenier rather, over to the far point. Cross-ice pass looking for Chenier, doesn't connect. Backhanded up, kept in at the point by Masillo. Masillo goes D to D. Now Mazur falls down as he tries to get the shot off. The Hawks try to get it out, and they can't. Logan Wetchett. Now Ben Macinas. Masillo at the point. His shot through some traffic, hits a shin pad on the way through. Kept in there. Far half wall. Bumped off the puck. Bulldogs, they get it back behind the net. Torres now on the backhand, back to Mazur. Mazur tries to throw it through some bodies, can't, and it's hammered out by Braden Myers. And that will be, won't be icing. That, I think that hit the official coming through.
It did. I mean, Myers teed that one up as hard as he could. Unfortunately, hit the skate of the official.
Tried to ice it and couldn't.
Yeah.
Bulldogs right on the counterattack here, putting some pressure on. Masillo keeps it in at the point. They'll go over to the far point. The shot, the left pad save made by Diacides. Hawks pinned in their own zone here a little bit. Thrown into the paint area, and now the Hawks are able to ice it. Nope, no icing. Waved off.
Well, penalty.
Power play, right.
Yeah.
Power play. I didn't see it up on the board anymore.
Yeah.
Here's a shot and a score. Wow. Gavin Weebler, right after the power play expired, comes in and goes glove side high on J.C. Aguilar, and it's 1-0 Hawks.
Well, that's how you talk about gaining momentum from your penalty kill. You don't allow a goal when you're shorthanded, and then immediately as that penalty expires, you get a goal to take the 1-0 lead.
One of my favorite broadcasters in the NHL, Jack Edwards, former guy for the Bruins for years and years and years, used to call that the dangerous minute. Right after a power play expires, that team that gets that skater out there, out of the penalty box, you know, with the team that was on the power play, has to always be careful because you're in that move forward mode, right? When you're on the power play, you're trying to attack.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you find yourself having to play defense.
Now it looks like they called the trainer over to the Hawks bench, so there's a player gets shaken up after that last sequence.
1-0 Hawks with the lead. That was a pretty shot by Myers as well.
Yep.
Or excuse me, by Weebler. He picked that top corner.
Yeah, the referee, that bench door is still open, though, so.
It's ajar, as they would say.
Yeah, it's a door and
Yeah,
a jar.
It's a door and a jar at the same time, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if they know it. They need to.
Well, we're underway.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't affect anything. Here's Weebler, the goal scorer. He gets into the offensive zone with the puck. It's pushed up against the boards. Behind the net, the Hawks have it. Evan Madison tries to clear it in deep. He can't. Weebler has it again. Backhands it over by the far wall, but the Bulldogs will clear it out and right back the other way, and I think that will be an icing. And 9:32 left to go in the first. 1-0 Hawks with the lead. Draw will come to the left of Diacetis. It'll be Owen Garr on the draw for the Bulldogs. It's won by the Hawks, though. Bulldogs take it away, almost skate out in front of the net with the puck. It's flipped up into the screen, so we'll have another face-off. Hey, it's hard to get I would say neither team has had the definite advantage, even though the Hawks have the lead here. You've seen both teams put good pressure on the opposing goalie. The Bulldogs spent the majority of that man advantage in the offensive zone. Now it is Lucas Schwa. Lucas Schwa walks in. He tries to go cross ice. Had an open lane to shoot, but tried to drop it off to his line mate, and it was intercepted by the Bulldogs. Now the Hawks in their own zone with the puck. Mark Rainey up along the near wall. It's taken over and stolen back by Lucas Schwa. Lucas Schwa tries to split a couple of black jerseys, and he runs into Ryan Gade behind the nets. Hawks keep it in. There's a shot into some traffic and cleared out by the Bulldogs. That will roll, get up on edge, and roll across the end line. Icing, face-off down to our left. It'll be to the left of J.C. Aguilar. Luke Bone taking the draw for the Hawks. Hawks win it, try to dig it out the far side. On it, here's Brady Griffin. Griffin finds Bone. Bone on the near wall. Skates it into the offensive zone, throws it deep. Over to play it is Costa Q for the Bulldogs. Far half wall and skated out. Across the red line, dumped in by Anthony Costascu. Shot in, the save is kicked out by Diacetis. Now Trenton Schlesser tries to work it in the near wall. He'll dump it in and go for a change. Bulldogs up the near side. Hits a body, goes over by the Hawks bench. Played over there by Rainey. Rainey dumps it in, leaves it for Decker. Decker, the bad angle shot through the top of the crease. Behind the net and around the far side. Hawks already with a 1-0 lead. Behind the net, puck is stolen away. Played here by Jacek. Jacek loses the puck. And it does come out to center ice. Heard a whistle on the other rink. I thought it was this one.
I was
like,
thing.
What's the whistle for?
Yeah, they're still playing. They're ignoring.
Yes. Bulldogs have the puck stolen away. Trying to break in is Decker, and I think we're going to have a penalty here. Yeah, it's going to be a hook on the Bulldogs. Eli Decker was able to steal that puck. He came the other direction, and the Bulldogs had no choice but to hook. So the Hawks up 1-0. We'll go on the man advantage here with 6:58 left to go in the first period.
D'Souza.
Owen D'Souza, number 9, in the box for 2 minutes for that hook. Lucas Schwab will take the face-off here for the Hawks. Nobody's won it yet. Sitting on the puck are the Bulldogs. Hawks keep it in at the far point. Shot from the far point. I think that got through. The save was made. Shot from the point was taken by Wetchett. Chipped up in the air, and the Hawks have to wait for a skater to clear. Play back to Ben Macinas. Wetchett trying to fend off the Bulldog defender, and does. Nice feed to Shukin, but he can't pull the trigger as he's got a body draped over him. Then at the near half wall, down low now. Centering feed looking for Shukin, doesn't work. Brody Boyer behind the net finds Weebler. Weebler back to the point, Macinas. Back to Weebler. Weebler to Boyer, whose shot goes wide. Now Mark Shukin coming in to help Weebler behind the net. Back to the point. Wetchett gets it back at the top. Goes to Macinas. Now to Boyer, the shot through. Wetchett off the half wall and scaled the length of the ice with 37 seconds left on the man advantage.
A couple nice opportunities for the Hawks on the power play so far, but Bulldogs able to keep them out of the cage for now.
Yeah, they had that one opportunity with Weebler down low and Boyer driving the net from the near point, and they just weren't able to connect on, or they connected on the pass, but the shot just went wide. It's a good opportunity, though.
Then they followed that up with Weebler looking for a tip attempt, and that one just went wide.
Draw here to the left of Diacetis. Now down the near side. And that'll be offsides. Ian Menisco was in ahead of the play, and Evan Madison wasn't able to skate east to west enough. 19 seconds left on the power play. And again, we know there are buffering issues right now. We're going to work to try to fix it in between periods. We apologize, but unfortunately, certain rinks just don't like to cooperate, and that's what we're dealing with here today.
We're on our third hotspot. So.
We are. We will keep efforting, though. Ian Menisco down low. He centers it, and it's backhanded out as the power play expires. Madison behind the net. He'll sling it around the near boards. Comes out. Weebler. It's fended off before he's able to pull the trigger. Giancarlo Petrucci tried the backhand pass out in front, but didn't get anything on it. Now Weebler here. In the corner, Petrucci with a big hit. Hawks have it. Back to the point. Wrist shot from the point, hits a body out in front. That was Ryan Gade giving up his body. Oh, nice move there, and we're going to have a penalty called on the Hawks as Anthony Torres was looking to break in all alone, and the Hawks had to pull him down.
Yeah, it was Brady Griffin with the trip.
Nothing he could really do, though. If he doesn't make that trip, Torres is in all alone on his goaltender.
We get up close and personal with the penalty box here at Campbell Rink.
Yeah, right below us.
Yeah.
Usually it's in between the benches.
Right.
To have it on the opposite side of the ice is unusual. Torres on the draw against Braden Myers. It's won by Torres, but it's stolen away here by Decker. Eli Decker will dump and go for a chase. Bulldogs tap it behind their nets. Aggressive forecheck on this PK for the Hawks. Already killed 20 seconds. Kept it at the point. Shot into the waiting glove of Aguilar. That was Mark Rainey from the far point. And the Hawks very aggressive on this penalty kill, not allowing the Bulldogs to breathe or really get set up in their own zone.
Yeah, I mean, having the play down in the offensive zone, if you're the shorthanded team, that's very positive. And obviously, as you mentioned, they've already killed about 30 seconds off the power play.
They have the puck here again. Madison with it. Nice spin. And it's played in deep. Bulldogs again start out of their own zone, and that doesn't touch anybody.
Oh, they're saying it was deflected.
The official down here in front of us says it was deflected, but here's a centering opportunity. Bulldogs trying to set up now. Here's Johnson's shot, and it goes wide. Another shot. He's knocked down. Torres in the far corner.
Ooh.
Attempted give and go, but a potential now 2-on-1 the other way. Rainey trying to walk forward with it, but he has it stolen off his stick. And the Bulldogs will come out the other way. Johnson has to go back into his own zone to play the puck. On the puck now is Decker. Decker has a shorthanded opportunity, cuts back out in front, the shot, and Aguilar makes the save. Nice little move there at the end by Eli Decker, just one step to his left. Got him that space he needed to get that clean shot off.
See if the Bulldogs can get anything generated with just 21 ticks left on their power play. This is their second power play. Shots on the board say 6 apiece.
It feels about right. Like I said, there hasn't been domination on either side. Both teams have had some opportunities. Both teams have had some good offensive pressure. The Hawks shorthanded here with the puck. Out to center ice. Puck is swept off the stick of Aiden Baztek. And now Johnson across the blue line. Johnson centers it. There's a shot that's deflected. And another opportunity for the Hawks here as the pass just underneath the stick of Lukashwa as the power play is up. Nicely done by the Hawks on that PK. Backhanded in by Shukin. Here's Boyer. Boyer loses it off his stick, and he'll have to play it in the neutral zone. Boyer to Shukin. Shukin looking for Lukashwa. They don't connect, and out to center ice. Mark Rainey tries to step around a body. Lukashwa down low, drives the net, and he scores on the backhand. Boy. Henry Lukashwa, that was pretty.
Very pretty play. Just a determined effort by this Hawks team. The play in the neutral zone to push that puck inside Bulldog territory, and then Lukashwa finishes the deal, a 2-0 lead for the Hawks.
It didn't look like there was much there, but he was able to get on the outside of his edge and drive that net, and he pushed himself to the far post and just tucked in the backhand.
And a late first period goal, extending your lead to 2.
Those late period goals are always huge, aren't they, Eric?
They are. Now, late period goals versus a 2-0 lead. We got a conflict going on. Something has to give, Aaron.
Yeah, 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. Or
two-goal lead,
is
right,
the most dangerous lead in hockey. It's thrown in from the center ice on Diacetis. Now out the other way. Back to play it is Ryan Gade. We'll have an icing. 55 seconds left to go in the first period. 2-0 Hawks with the lead. Gavin Weebler, Henry Lukashwa. Draw will come down here to the left of Diacetis. Mazur back to the point. It comes underneath the stick of Bennett. Breaking in is Decker. He's in the corner. Decker drops it for Myers. Myers throws the puck towards the net, but it deflects up into the screen behind the goal.
Hawks definitely picking up the pace here in the latter half, the latter minutes of this first period. And again, gaining some momentum from that penalty kill.
Myers takes the draw for the Hawks. He loses it to Owen Gar. And the Bulldogs get it up and out. Right off the puck was Christian Onak. Now Gar behind the net. Comes into the near corner where the Hawks will just turn and fire it the length of the ice. And the Bulldogs will get one more opportunity here in the first with 17 seconds left and icing by the Chicago Hawks.
Bulldogs with an opportunity, an offensive zone draw. Winning the faceoff here would be key if you want to carve into this 2-goal deficit before the end of the period. They'd like nothing better than to get a late period goal to do that.
Gar wins the draw, back to the point. Almost had Siegel. If he had been able to play that cleanly, he would have had a shot from that far point. Instead, the Bulldogs left go back and play it in their own zone with 5 seconds left. 2-1, and that is the end of the first period. Hawks with a 2-goal lead. Eric and I will be back with the second period here on the other side. This is Central States Hockey on Stream Sports Midwest. Back here for second period action, and as of right now, things are stable. If I had any wood, I would knock on it. But right now, things are stable as we get ready to start the second period. And we are underway. 2-0, Hawks with the lead. And the clock only shows 9 minutes.
It had 8.5 at the start, so they're 8.5, and then they're going to do the scrape middle of the second.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, I see.
Yeah.
All right. Hawks have it here. This is Cable, Tanner Cable.
Thought there wasn't going to be any math.
I was
this
told,
early in
I
the
was
season.
told there would be no math.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that.
No icing. Shoveled away by Diacetis, but the Bulldogs have the puck now in the offensive zone.
Actually, I kind of like that setup.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it. Behind the nets. Back to the point now. Shot from the point by Bennett deflects wide. And the Hawks will work it out to center ice. Puck is stolen there by the Hawks. That's Luke Bone behind the nets. And we're going to have a hooking call here on the Bulldogs. The Hawks will go back on the power play, already up 2-0.
Second penalty on the Bulldogs. Each team has been whistled for a penalty twice. And that's 83?
93.
93.
Owen Bennett.
Got it.
Face off here to the right of Aguilar. Taken by Lucas Schwa, one of the goal scorers. He loses it. And Michael Chenier tries to skate in on a shorthanded opportunity. Brody Boyer now behind his own net, and he'll slow things down.
Good job there by Ben Macinas, to break up that rush for the Bulldogs.
Down the near wall. It's Ben Macinas right on cue. He centers it, looking for Boyer on the back door. Macinas behind the net, out in front, backhand. Puck is still in the paint, and it's found by Aguilar. Brody Boyer, Mark Shukin, and Ben Macinas there trying to connect on a goal in the paint, but Aguilar does a nice job tracking it, keeping it 2-0.
Yeah, very calm in the net was Aguilar with all that traffic in front of him. He was just able to, main job is to locate that puck and fall on it as quickly as he could, and that's what he did.
Face-off will come to his left. Thrown around. And cleared the length of the ice. It'll be stopped by Brett DeCitis, and he'll cover up. Yeah, we got a bit of our first snow shower of the year, and Evan Madison took exception to it. I don't mind I mean, I'm up here, so it's easy for me to say. I don't mind a bit of a snow shower here and there.
If you're the goalie?
I mean, from up here, I don't mind
Okay.
it. No, I mean,
I'm glad you
from a viewer perspective.
put a qualifier on that statement.
From a viewer perspective, I don't mind a bit of a snow shower.
It is good theater, right?
Right, but I get it from a player perspective.
Yeah.
Got to protect your goalie.
Although I think with goalie probably the hottest, because they're always sweating and doing that head jerk thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe an occasional snow shower is not such a bad thing, especially on a 90-degree day.
Yeah, go out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a snow shower right before you go outside today.
That's right.
It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
No.
Hawks with 45 seconds left on the power play. Weebler walking in, bad angle. Weebler,
Oh,
short angle,
wow.
shot, score.
Oh, Weebler, you're not kidding. There was not a whole lot of room between the post and Aguilar, but Weebler found it for his second tally of the game.
Yeah, and you saw him look up and sort of look off the Bulldog defense a little bit. He had a skater to his left and lifted his head up, looked that skater off a little bit, cut it back to the outside, and not a lot of space between the arm and that near post of J.C. Aguilar. And looks like Aguilar's coming out of the game, and Thomas Kozlowski is into the game now for the Bulldogs, number 39.
There you see Kozlowski, so Aguilar day appears to be done for now.
Hawks have to touch up as they were offsides. Bastek will gain the red line dump. And Macinas along the near wall. It's thrown in towards goal. DeCitis able to stay low and deflect the deflection out of the way. And now the Hawks come the other way.
And again, that was a shorthanded, actually power play. Take that back.
Yes.
Yeah.
In that far corner now, Hawks trying to go up 4-0. Behind the nets, Decker has it on his backhand. Drops it for Bone. Bone's shot, that was Billy Barrett's shot, number 89. This is Wetchet. He puts it towards the goal.
Ooh.
Kozlowski makes the save, and we've got a...
Let's see if they call anything here. There was a couple mean cross checks.
Yep.
But I don't see...
Nope, everyone's going to the bench.
Yeah.
Face-off will be to the left of Kozlowski.
I actually kind of like that. You know, the referees kind of gauging the temperature of the game and didn't feel they had to award anything there, and it was extinguished as fast as it started.
Yeah, and with the older players, you're going to, I think, be a little bit more. You're going to allow a little bit more.
Right.
Big hit
as
there
soon
by
as I
Griffin.
say that.
Yeah, the huge hit by Griffin on Anthony Nichia. Nichia just got out of the way, or that would have been a whole lot worse. He was able to sidestep most of it. But Brady Griffin throwing the weight around. So there's 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I believe, until we get to the ice scrape.
Yeah.
This is our first 18U game for Central State, so we're sort of learning some of the intricacies of their rules as we go. Back to the point, shot up over the crossbar and into the screen. Sitting in that far face-off dot, cleared out by the Hawks. Ryan Gade dumps it in. First one on, it's Nichia, and we got a whistle.
Yeah.
Net? Face-off's coming all the way down into the Bulldog zone.
Don't know why.
I'm not sure what the call was there. Hand pass in the offensive zone, maybe?
Intentional offsides?
Perhaps. At any rate, face-off's down to our right.
Oh,
pretty
right off the draw.
right off the draw. Mark Shukin found the loose puck, and he was all alone in front of Thomas Kozlowski, and he didn't miss. It's 4-0 Hawks.
Hawks just piling it on right now as they extend their lead to 4-0.
That's a tough one. You know, battling for the draw right in that dot, and first person to find it was Shukin, and he was able to pull it out of the pile and was skating to his left, shot back to his right. Makes it 4-0.
Yeah, that's tough for Kozlowski there.
Especially when you haven't had many opportunities, you know, since coming into the game, and you get one right out in front like that. There's a 3-on-2 for the Hawks. Lucas Schwa tries to stick handle through and can't. Now thrown forward, here's Chenier.
Oh.
Chenier looking for, I think that was Nichia, and now what do we have on net? Now the net.
Yes.
Now the net.
Yeah, that one was just too far out in front for the Bulldogs to be able to put that one on net, but that looked promising at the start. And the Bulldogs could use a goal in any way, shape, or fashion right now, trailing by 4.
Yeah, they've had some good opportunities, especially in that first period. They just haven't been able to finish, and that's been the difference. The Hawks have finished their opportunities. Shots on goal are just 10-7, so it's not as if the Hawks are peppering the Bulldogs goalies, but they've been in tight.
Converting.
They've been in tight, and they've been able to finish.
Yeah.
Nothing from outside. All of their goals are from inside the face-off dots. So
right.
They're in tight, and they're picking corners and putting that puck in the back of the net, and the Bulldogs are just struggling to convert on their end. Hawks win it here. Puck comes out in front of the net. Bulldogs keep it in at the near point. Nice stop on a dime there by Newberg, but
well offsides.
Offsides, yep.
Yeah, you got to lift your head up and see where your players are there. Obviously, he thought he had an opening there on that far side, but check your jerseys.
Anthony Torres to take the draw. Wins it, pushes it into the near corner. Stolen there by Madison. Behind the net again. Hawks out with it. One touch pass. Weebler. Weebler near half wall now. Has it taken off his stick, and the Bulldogs flip it out to center ice. Racing for the puck here is Chenier. Chenier's the first one on it. Tries to go to his forehand. The puck just rolls off his stick, though. Chenier gets it back far half wall. Pass to the point. The shot in from the point by Siegel, I think, was deflected down. And
another net off the moorings again. Now Frakes.
Standing over the fallen goalie, Brett Diacetis.
That didn't elevate to level of kerfuffle
No,
yet.
not yet.
Aaron.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I think that's coming, depending on how the rest of this game goes.
Exactly.
And we going to see a penalty here? We are. So you said last time when it was down here to our right, Eric, that the officials were, they had a line, right? And, of what they were willing to allow to go on, and I think they just crossed that line. So the Bulldogs will have a man advantage here as Evan Madison is in the box for roughing.
So power play before the ice scrape. Midway through the second period here, that would be a good way to cut into their deficit. Power play time. Problem is the Hawks have done such a good job penalty killing. They've had a lot of chances in the offensive zone themselves.
And they scored almost immediately after a Bulldogs power play in that first period. And the Hawks will clear it out. Kostick not able to play it cleanly, and that lets the Hawks dump it back in. Stopped there by Kozlowski. Bulldogs will try again, right up through center ice. Masillo pass behind Mazur. Mazur will skate it across the blue line. Goes corner to corner. The shot deflected off the shot of Yasik. Toe drag shot. Puck sitting in the crease, and Diacetis makes the save. That was Mazur over on that far side. Little toe drag. A clean look. Diacetis did a nice job to cover up.
And they didn't get a whole lot on it, but as you said, Diacetis was able to track that puck and cover up after the puck skittered off to his right.
Draw to the left of Brett Diacetis, who hasn't allowed a goal yet. He's faced 8 shots, stopped them all. D to D. Shot off the far post and out. The puck back through the paint. A shot through traffic, and there is that goal, Eric. That is Ryan Gade on the power play. Gets his team on the board. So a shot through off the post, back through the paint. Finds the stick of Gade, who buries it and makes it 4-1.
Yeah, you kind of thought a minute there they'd be snake bitten with the puck hitting the post, but the puck came immediately out to that left point, and Gade didn't miss with that net. A lot of traffic in front of Diacetis as well.
You don't see that very often. Hit that far post, then hit a body and came right back through the paint to the near side, where Gade was able to really fire it into an open net, as I don't think Brett Diacetis knew exactly where that puck was when it bounced back through the paint.
Good answer there by the Bulldogs.
Hawks right back on the counterattack. Lucas Schwa into the offensive zone. Backhand feed. That was a pretty play from Brody Boyer looking for Mark Shukin. Little pass between the legs, but Thomas Kozlowski used the paddle to knock it out of the way. And there's a shot off the post by Lucas Schwa. This has been a really dangerous line. 2, 3, and 12 for the Hawks. It's pushed around the near side. And it will come out to center ice, and got a player without a helmet. We get an immediate stoppage of play here. It's Christian Onak and Tanner Cable that's 72, not 22. That's Aiden Bastick getting into it with Tanner Cable. Got tied up behind the net. Face off in the neutral zone.
Right in our kitchen.
Yes. I don't know if we get any closer to the play than this shot right here.
Yeah.
Cable gets buried right by the blue line. Bulldogs go D to D. Hawks come the other way, 1-on-1. This is Trenton Schlesser. Schlesser stops, backhands it, leaves it for Wetchett. His shot goes just wide of that near post and crossbar. In the corner now. Schlesser at the far point, gives it away. Bulldogs try the counter. Keep it in at the point. Bone steps on the puck, and that is how the first half of this one will come to an end. So Eric and I will be back after the ice scrape. 4-1. Hawks with the lead here in the second. Well, 6th time is a charm. I think we finally, again, knocking on all the wood that's available, got this sorted. Want to thank the Central States President, Jimmy, for digging down deep and finding a solution for us. I think we are good to go here for the second half. At least we are right now. I don't know what's going to happen over the next hour, but we're good right now. So we are ready to go with the second. First time I've ever said this in a hockey game. Ready to go with the second half.
All right.
It's 4-1 Hawks with the lead.
Yeah, getting the ice scrape halfway through the second period. Then we play another 8.5. Then brief stoppage for the second to third period intermission. So
I want to welcome everybody in, those of you who have powered through the buffering. He's Eric Willowhite, I'm Aaron Schellen, and Game 2, our second Central States game of the week here on Stream Sports Midwest. We'll be live tomorrow in Joliet. 5:10 start out down at Inwood. That'll be a fun one as well. That's, I believe, a Pee-wee matchup. And we're going to have an icing here out of the chute. That'll be me and Mike Napolitano. And I think going forward, we got a minimum of 2 games every single week. And if you are interested in having Eric and myself come out and broadcast one of your games that isn't the chosen Central States game of the week, 'cause I know Jimmy likes to send congratulatory emails to the teams telling them they've been chosen. But if you want to choose yourself, you can do that. You can reach out to Eric or I at streamsportsmidwest@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to schedule something for you. Hawks with the puck and a 4-1 lead. Behind the nets. Justin Pappen loses the puck, but the Bulldogs do dig it out. Nice outlet feed there. Good defense. Logan Wetchett to knock down that centering feed. Clean sheet ice. Henry Lukashwa will take it behind his own net. The indirect pass. That'll be icing as Brody Boyer was going for a change. And yeah, you don't want to count your chickens, but I think we're good.
We're good, and then shortly before our ice scrape intermission, the Bulldogs were able to get that goal by Gade.
Yeah.
And, that's an important goal. So now you got 7:13 left here in the second to continue to chip away what's now a 3-goal deficit, which once 4.
Yeah, I wonder if you use that break in the middle to scrape the ice to sort of reset, right? You talk about how, if you're down by 3 goals in the second, you want to get that goal before the end of the period, go into the third period, down by 2 or something. If you use that break in the middle that says, all right, if we can get 1 before the ice scrape and then you get another before the end of the period, then all of a sudden momentum's on your side and you're feeling a little bit better about things. You get that extra added in break there to sort of set a target for yourself, right? You want to get 1 before the ice scrape. Hawks break it down the near side. That's Petrucci clears it in. First one on, it's Ian Menisco. It's off the dasher, and Petrucci shoves down one of the Bulldogs' defenders. Onak tries to stick handle around traffic. He gets around Madison, but it's cut off by Menisco. Menisco goes around the far side, kept in at the point. Shot in between, the rebound comes out in between the dots. Near half wall, cleared up and out. And we're going to have a tripping penalty called on the Hawks here as one of the Bulldogs was trying to keep it in at the point. I think it was Gade right at the near point, and he had his legs taken out from underneath him. So the Bulldogs will be a skater up again.
Looks like Weebler.
6:19 left to go in the second. 4-1 Hawks with the lead. Bulldogs scored the goal right before the ice scrape, Ryan Gade. Gavin Weebler, we've called his name a bunch. He's got a pair of goals. Henry Lukashwa with 1, Mark Shukin the other for the Hawks. Top of the near circle. In the near corner now. And nobody at the near point. The Bulldogs will have to track it down in their own zone. D'Souza avoids the hit by Myers. On it there is Yasik. Yasik along the near wall. It's it up to Cade. Now D'Souza. He loses it in a breakout here. No, nice, swept away nicely by the Bulldogs, keeping it away from Eli Decker. Cleared in by Wetchett. Stopped there by Kozlowski. Kostikiw will try the far side. D'Souza.
Good job by the Hawks here, killing off this penalty. Bulldogs haven't had any opportunities yet.
This is like that the power play earlier in this period where the Hawks possessed the puck in the offensive zone for nearly half the power play. They're doing it again
That felt so
here.
long ago, Aaron.
Well, that ice scrape does make it feel a little weird in the middle of the period.
Right.
Now here come the Bulldogs. Nazar dumps and chases. Tries to swipe at it. And the Hawks are able to clear it out. 33 seconds left on the power play. Still 4-1 Hawks. D'Souza hounded there. Comes out to center. One touch pass over to the far side. Back across the blue line. That's Nietzsche. Has it here. He shoots into a body. He had some space. Anthony Nietzsche.
That was Eli Decker who got in front of that one.
Decker will go for a change, and Masillo now. Justin Masillo for the Bulldogs. Long pass out to Torres. Anthony Torres backhands it, but there's nobody there. Power plays up. And the Hawks are right back on the counterattack. Boyer's shot up into the rafters. Did the puck stay up there? I think the puck stayed up there.
I don't recall it coming down.
No, I think the puck stayed up in the rafters.
Yeah.
I think hopefully we have more than one puck.
Yeah, they're going to the...
We do have more than one puck, thankfully.
Yeah.
That puck will be up there until the building comes down around it now, I think. It's a permanent residence.
Well, unless they're going to, when they run out of banner room.
That's true. There are a lot of banners here at the Darien Sportsplex. These Hawks teams have had a lot of success at various levels. Bulldogs, nice hip check there, knocking Chenier down, and we're going to get a penalty called. High stick. It was a good check, maybe a little high with the hands on the check, but a lot of body there on it as well. So another power play for the Bulldogs.
And
not sure who's going yet. All five.
Puck knocked down with a high stick. Puck knocked down with a high stick. Okay.
Right, okay.
I thought it was a penalty too.
Well, the officials were going over. No, they are.
They are. Okay.
They're calling over Mark Shukin.
Yeah.
Shukin will go to the box for a high stick.
All right. Got that settled.
So another power play for the Bulldogs with 3:45 left to go in the second period. Back to the point. Bennett. Far half wall. In between the circles. Backhanded into the paint. The puck comes out the far side, and it's cleared out by the Hawks.
It was a good emergency clear by the Hawks there.
Bennett able to fend off the stick of Decker, and that'll come all the way down on Diacetis. Bulldogs possess. Bennett fires the wrist shot into a body.
I think that was Decker again.
Masillo behind the net. Back to Bennett at the near point. Bennett tries to find an angle. Nice blocker save by Diacetis. Torres. Bulldogs keep it in for the moment, and the Hawks are able to hammer it out. Good possession time by the Bulldogs. Indirect pass off the stick of Masillo and cleared back in by the Hawks. Bennett stops behind the net, runs into Luke Bone, and the Bulldogs will come out. Pappen to the right side, back pass. The shot off the stick of Bastic is knocked down. Hawks have done a terrific job getting in the way of shots, and there's nobody at the far point as the Bulldogs were changing. Hawks have already knocked down a couple of shots on this power play. Billy Barrett up along the far wall, near wall, kept in over there. Now at the far point. Bastic, the slap shot. Right pad save, I think it was going wide, but made the save anyway. Now in the far corner. Power plays up. And the Hawks. There's Shukin right out of the penalty box with some speed. It's fought off by Onak, Brian Onak. Kept in at the near points. Pushed in towards Thomas Kozlowski, who looks it right into his belly for a whistle and a face-off.
Oh, nice job by the Hawks there. That's back-to-back penalty kills for the Hawks team, maintaining that 3-goal lead as time is ticking down here in the second half of period 2. Just a minute 26 remaining.
Here's a shot right off the draw again. Once again, it was Shukin right off the draw. Does a nice job finding that puck in traffic.
Kozlowski did a nice job, though. I think he got his elbow or shoulder on that one.
2-on-1 the other way. Opposite foot wrist shot taken by Anthony Nichia, and the save was made by Diacides. Now Lukashwa behind the net. It's pushed up against the boards by Bennett. Speed through the neutral zone, but knocked down there. Hawks will clear it in, and they'll go for a change. Yeah, we got Boyer and Nichia going at it right below us. I could see sticks coming up, and it looks like Nichia is going to go for this one. So you talked about that line, Eric. I think the officials have seen the line, and they have decided that they've decided what that line is, and they'll allow a little bit of post-whistle action, but that was behind the play.
A roughing call on Nichia.
They face off for the Hawks with 41 seconds left in the period. They have a man advantage. It'll take us into the third period. Weebler will take the draw. Gavin with a pair of goals today. The officials talking to the Bulldogs coaching staff. Probably wondering why both guys didn't go, why both Shukin and Nichia didn't go, or Boyer, excuse me. That was Brody Boyer that got tied up.
I just noticed what song they're playing there.
Retchett getting hounded there by Onak. Christian Onak now into the far corner as he shoves Ben Macinas into the boards. Oxy and Menisco now with some space, and he'll take it up through center ice, across the blue line into the offensive zone. He'll go deep, now below the red line. Centering feed, shot, score!
Wow. What a great effort behind the net, Aaron.
Giancarlo Petrucci gets the goal, but that was 43. That was Gavin. Was that Gavin Weebler?
Weebler, yeah.
Weebler behind the net, out in front, found Giancarlo Petrucci, who makes it 5-1.
Yeah, that was just a great individual effort. There were like 4 players behind the net there, and Weebler was able to find Petrucci, and he didn't miss.
So on the power play.
Yeah, with 8 seconds to go.
That's a huge goal. We talk all the time about that goal in the final minute. That one was huge. It makes it a 4-goal game again as we go to the third period. Second period action, 5-1. Hawks with the lead. Eric and I will be back with the third period here on Stream Sports Midwest. Third period underway, 5-1. Hawks with the lead. Looking for more as they push it through the crease. Luke Bone. Two skaters to a side behind the net, dug out by the Bulldogs. Come back the near side. Bulldogs get it up to center ice and out. But right back in is Tanner Cable. Cable gets smushed. Now he's behind the net. Tries to wrap around, and it's gloved down by Kozlowski, and some more sticks get high. Two goals by Gavin Weebler, Henry Lukashwa, Mark Shukin, most recently Giancarlo Petrucci. And for the Bulldogs, Ryan Gade. Braden Myers will take the face-off for the Hawks. Hawks win the draw. Along the far half wall, kept in, slung deep by Madison. Puck behind the nets, comes out the near side. Up and not out, Hawks still able to keep it in. Ooh, nice job at that near point, keeping the puck in. Big hit there, knocked down was Billy Barrett. Comes out to center ice, and the Bulldogs try to counterattack. Mazer dumps it opposite corner. Myers off the wall and out. On it here is Decker. Decker's shot into the body of Brian Onak. Decker again. Feeds it through. Lukashwa. Goes cross ice. Wetchett. We got some dead wood on the ice. Wetchett's shot from the far half wall is gloved down by Thomas Kozlowski, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off.
Wait a minute.
What?
Could have sworn that was a Bulldog stick that was down, because I thought I saw a Bulldog player without a stick. And then he gave it to the Hawks.
Maybe it was broken.
Yeah, possibly,
so
yeah.
Hawks can deal with it. They can throw it away.
Yeah.
Or whatever they do with dead wood these days. This is not really wood.
Right.
Recycle it, turn it into another hockey stick. Pushed up the near wall, and we had a whistle. And did it go into the net? I think it may have gone into the netting on the way out. Draw will come to the right of Kozlowski, who's allowed a pair since coming into the game. J.C. Aguilar gave up 3 in his time. 1 goal so far on 13 shots against Brett Diacetis. Hawks dig it out of the corner. Bad angle shot. Save made by Kozlowski. Comes out the near wall. Five skaters in that corner. Hawks win it.
They want to keep the play right in front of that pole.
Right where you can't see anything. Yes, I had to actually lean over the railing so I could see what was going on. Nice pass there to Menisco. Ian Menisco's shot. High into the body of Kozlowski. Kept in.
Nice
That was a
keep.
nice keep right at that far point. Menisco tries to fend off the defender. He spins around. He gets a lot on that shot with a defender on his back. And now the Bulldogs the other way.
All that created by that keep by Petrucci.
Michael Chenier tried to skate through traffic and got knocked down for his trouble. Here's another shot by Petrucci. The puck comes out in between the circles. And the Bulldogs try to counterattack. Masillo gets knocked down, loses a glove, getting pushed into the wall. And Menisco getting into it with a couple of black jerseys. There's your kerfuffle, Eric.
It was bound to happen.
It was bound to happen, yes, sir. I imagine we're going to have a couple of players go here, probably one from each side, I would think. I see Michael Chenier going
19.
for the Bulldogs,
Yeah.
and Ian Menisco. Yeah, Menisco got taken down hard, And as soon as he got up, he went after the first black jersey he saw, even if it wasn't the player who took him down. And matching minors here with 13:52 left.
Next we got 2 players in the box.
Maybe one for the initial play, one for the initial takedown, and then one for the kerfuffle afterwards.
So it's Jacek, Menisco. Jacek for the Bulldogs, and there's one other player. I can't see the number from here. We'll see it on the board here shortly.
Menisco's in the box for the Hawks.
11.
It's 11, so it's
so 11
Michael
had
Chenier,
the penalty, yeah.
So I think it was Chenier who took Menisco down in the corner.
And then Menisco and Jacek then go off for
the matching minors for roughing.
Yeah. So either way, power play time for the Hawks, looking to extend their lead to 5. They're up 5-1.
13:52 left. Lukashwa will take the draw. Officials over there, referees over there talking to the Bulldogs bench. Oh, we might have a 2-10 here. Because we got another player coming over.
Yeah.
Andrew Johnson coming over to the box as well. So we may have had a 2-10.
Or Nikia.
On Michael Chenier. Oh, that was 20. You're right, not 21. That was Nichia coming in, not Andrew Johnson. So that tells me there's a 2-10 on somebody.
Yeah.
On the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we don't know who, but.
Well, we'll see who comes out. We'll see who stays in the box after 2 minutes.
True. Right.
I think it'll probably be number 11, Michael Chenier.
Yeah.
But we're underway.
3 players in the Bulldogs penalty box right now. Get a little cramped in there.
Centering feed misses its target, splits the D pair, and comes all the way out.
Yeah, that's what you kind of hope this game doesn't just develop into with a 4-goal deficit for the Bulldogs, and you're going to get a penalty-filled slog.
And we're going to get a penalty called on the Hawks for interference. Pretty easy call there. Henry Lukashwa standing at the blue line and just got in the way of the defender so Mark Rainey could skate into the offensive zone. That was pretty easy interference call, so we will be 4 to a side now for 1:32.
Yeah, I don't know if he's trying to politic his way out of it. That ain't happening.
No. No, I don't think I've ever, in my 40-plus years of watching hockey, I don't think I've ever seen a player successfully convince a referee to overturn a call.
No campaigning wins?
I don't think I've ever seen a referee go, hey, you're right. You're good.
Yeah.
You're fine. No, you're right. You're right. That's on me.
I've seen the refs collab and then,
yes,
do that. But yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen a player go, I didn't do it, and the referee goes, well, you're right. You didn't.
You make a compelling case.
Yeah. 4-on-4 here, and we're going to have another interference penalty.
Boy.
That'll be on D'Souza as he shoves down Petrucci. Giancarlo Petrucci drew that penalty. Tried the indirect self-pass, and D'Souza just shoved him over well after the pass was off of Petrucci's stick. So a lot of ice. A lot of open ice right now. 4-on-3, and a lot of players in the Bulldogs penalty box.
Yeah, D'Souza makes 4.
Is there room for it? Is he going to have to stand? I think he's going to have to stand.
He's standing.
Yep.
Just how it goes.
So 4-on-3 for 20.
Do the math there.
4-on-3 for 28 seconds, and then it'll be 4-on-4 for 19 seconds.
All right.
Then the Hawks will have a 19-second, so they'll have a 38-second or 28-second 4-on-3 and a 19-second 5-on-4.
All right.
You say we good now? I did the math.
Your math was
Clock math is hard.
It is.
Madison has it at the points. Fires the wrist shot, and the glove save made by Kozlowski. It's not like normal math.
No.
Because, you get to 60, not 100. So it's like, all right, how many minutes before 60 and how many after 60? And then you have to add those together. It's hard.
Clock math is hard.
Yeah, clock math is not easy.
Yeah.
I had to do it every day during baseball season to figure out how long the game would take. So if a game starts at 6:32 and it ends at like 9:14, like that's hard to do in your head. It's 2 hours and 42 minutes, by the way.
Very good.
And we're going to get another penalty.
That.
You're going to get another penalty called here on the Bulldogs. Player shoved down from behind. That's going to be Anthony Torres going to the box. That's now 5 Bulldogs in the box.
Is that legal?
5 skaters in the box?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so.
More standing. Actually, now they got 4 sitting.
4 sitting and
now Torres has to stand. Last man in. That's just the rules.
Yeah, it's just the rule. Yep.
Yeah.
So it'll be 5 on 4. No,
yeah, we don't even have a tally for that.
No, it should be a 5 on 3. The Hawks should get another player out there. Are they going to stick 4 on 3?
Well, no. Well,
it should be a 2-skater advantage. They have 2 players at any rate. We're starting 4 on 3. And the Bulldogs will throw it the length of the ice.
Unless they delay the penalty.
They might. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's not up on the board. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. A lot of open ice. This is Brody Boyer taking it wide behind the nets. Backhands it to Macinas. Macinas goes to the far side. D to Wetchett. His shot is deflected wide, and the Bulldogs clear it out. Wetchett right back on the counterattack. Shukin tries to skate through the defense. Drop pass. Macinas. Shukin now skates back towards the point. Leaves it for Mashukin. Or Macinas, rather. Macinas now over to Wetchett. Wetchett back to Macinas. Macinas down low. Shukin looking for Boyer on the back door. A little bit too much on the pass, and the Bulldogs will skate it out and clear it the length of the ice.
Good job so far by the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Still 4 on 3. It'll be 5 on 3 in a minute. This is Mark Rainey. Rainey gets hauled down, no call. What do we got? I think he is talking to the Bulldogs players in the penalty box.
There is another penalty.
Another Bulldog going to the penalty box.
All right, Nicky is coming out. Jasek's coming out. Jasek was one of the original. So Nicky has served the minor.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
right.
For Chenier. So Chenier got the 2 and 10. Ichia came in. He served that penalty. Then Jasek was on the other end of the matching minor.
Right. With, what was that, with Madison? I can't remember who.
For the Hawks, it was Menisco. Ian Menisco, yeah.
Okay. So they're both back. They're out of the penalty box.
They're still missing a penalty up on the board. So right now they've got a penalty on the board for D'Souza. That's got 22 seconds. Henry Lukashwa's got 3 seconds left on his penalty, but they still don't have Anthony Torres' penalty up on the board either.
I think he's efforting. He's efforting, Aaron.
He is efforting. So right now we've got D'Souza in the box for another, and there it is.
All right.
It's the wrong number, but they at least have the penalty up there. So it's 1:46 on the penalty to Torres. So in 3 seconds, it'll be a 5 on 3 for 5. It'll be a 4 on 3 for 3 seconds, then a 5 on 3 for 19 seconds, then a 5 on 4.
Okay.
We got it?
I'll take your word for it.
Yes. Clock math.
That's right, clock math.
Draws one by the Bulldogs, and it's cleared out to center ice. Here comes Lukashwa, so it's a 5 on 3, as I mentioned. And it'll be a 5 on 4 and about 10 into the offensive zone with it is Weebler. He's got a pair already.
I'm not sure if it'll be a 5 on 4 because there's still other penalties in there.
We're coming out of the box. Out of the box here is D'Souza.
Okay, you're right.
It's a 5 on 4. You got Torres in there for his hit from behind.
Yeah.
And then you still have Chenier in there who's serving the misconduct from the issue down here to our right.
So they're down to a manageable 2 in the penalty box for the Bulldogs.
Yes.
And now we got the official coming over. The scorer has some questions in terms of what should be up there right now. So having a conversation in the penalty box area. That was the horn signal.
Longest 5 minutes or 7 minutes, 6 minutes, clock math.
Yes.
Longest 6 minutes ever. 10:55 left. I think they're talking about whether or not the time is right on Torres' penalty.
Yeah.
Because they had him at 1:46 when they reset everything, and that felt like a really long 14 seconds.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be less time than that on his penalty, but good thing we got 4 of them, right, Eric? 4 referees. Imagine trying to do this with 2.
The other one by the goalie, DeCionis, he said, hey, I'm staying out of this one.
Yeah.
Let them talk clock math.
It's got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
Yeah. How come you're not over there? Hey.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's out of my pay grade. I'm just a linesman.
Yeah. All right, well, we're ready to go, I think. Draw will come to the right of Brett Diacetis with 10:55 left in the third. 5-1. Hawks with the lead. Weebler skates it into the center ice, gets into the attacking zone. Weebler behind the net now, gets hit hard into the backboards. And that's backhanded out nicely by Andrew Johnson. Forces Griffin back to play it in his own zone. Petrucci feeds it through for Weebler, and there's the hat trick. Petrucci to Gavin Weebler, and it's 6-1.
I thought he had made the save, and then you just saw it trickle between the wickets of Kozlowski, and as you mentioned, that's the hattie for Weebler.
It's our first Central States hat trick of the year. Goes to Gavin Weebler of the Chicago Hawks. That was a nice feed by Petrucci, just behind the back. And the initial save was made by Kozlowski. You could hear it hit the pads, but it just broke through and found its way in.
Yeah, I had mentioned, Aaron, just with all those, the litany of penalties we had, and I like using the word litany, by the way.
It's a good word.
That they hadn't let up a goal during all that period, but obviously Weebler was able to find the back of the net on a great feed by Petrucci.
And we got
Bastic
in the box now. Aiden Bastic, I'm not entirely sure for what. It's got 5 skaters. Misconduct. It's got to be a misconduct because it's 5-on-5 right now. And there's nothing going up on the board, so it has to be a 10-minute misconduct. It's the only thing that would make sense. Here's Boyer now across the offensive zone. Drives the net, has it on the backhand. Comes out the near side with it. Hawks try to cycle. Keep it in. Shukin, the shot, another whack at it. And the Bulldogs 2-on-1. Shot from a badass shot from out high is sticked up into the net by Diacetis. Nice job by the Hawks there to make that 2-on-1. Nothing more than a wrist shot from the top of the far circle.
Yeah, probably looking for like the rebound deflection, but Diacetis was able to direct that, as you mentioned, into the corner, into the netting.
And Brett Diacetis has stopped 13 shots today. Only allowed 1 past him. That was on a power play. Kostick gets hit from behind. Here's Trenton Schlescher with the puck. Gives it away. Mazur gets hooked down, no call. Cable loses it. Johnson gets bumped into by Bone. Whoa, it's coming up our side.
We had netting.
Got a net there.
Yeah. I forget, this shot here is almost like drone footage. It's like you're hovering right above them.
We'll have a face-off in the Hawks' defensive zone. They're up by 5 with a running clock. So 5 goals in the third period. 9 minutes left. Out with it is Ben Macinas. Macinas up to Cable. Cable gets hit hard into the boards by D'Souza, but plays the puck. Bone behind the net. Back to Griffin at the point. Griffin winds up and shoots wide. Comes out the near side, the far side. Shot from a bad angle by Barrett goes wide. And the whistle and a face-off. I like that by Brady Griffin, though. I don't know if that shot intentionally was wide, but off the backboards, and he had Billy Barrett coming down that back door, and Barrett just couldn't find the back of the net.
Still putting a shot on net, though, so as you mentioned, Hawks continuing to apply the pressure on the Bulldogs here.
Draw to the left of Kozlowski. Hawks win it. Deflected shot from the point. It bounces into the pads of Thomas Kozlowski. As we're under 8 now. Wade Myers for the Hawks on the faceoff. He's got Eli Decker on his left. Puck comes out to center ice. Nice pass out by Nietzsche. A shot from out front by Ethan Newberg, the bouncing puck. And the save was made by Diacides. Now Myers pushing the other way, gets double teamed in the corner. Taking the puck is Decker on the backhand. Decker gets hit from behind. And now Nietzsche 2-on-1, 3-on-1, drops it. The cross ice pass and the blocker save made by Diacides. Now Decker, up and down we go. Decker skates it wide. Puck comes out into the paint. Bulldogs have it down low. Hawks take it back. Then at the point. And the Bulldogs will finally take possession. So we're at 6.5 now. Nietzsche and Madison go hard into the boards together. Nietzsche able to keep it in. Bulldogs putting some pressure on here. Nietzsche gets bumped into by Macinas. And a pretty glove save made by Brett Diacides.
That's some nice stick work there by Nietzsche, but yeah, Diacides with the nice glove save.
Under 6 now, 6-1, 5-goal lead for the Hawks. Draw to the right of Brett Diacides. This will be Scott Yasik on the draw. For the Bulldogs has Christian Onak on his right. The Hawks win it and scale it out. Lukashwa tries to drive the net, bumps into Kozlowski on his way through. Shukin looking on the back door for Wetchett, doesn't work. Now into the near corner. Out to center ice. Thrown back in by Rainey, but the Hawks had to change. Gives the Bulldogs a chance here to throw it up off the near wall. Taken here by Schlesser. Schlesser turns around, fires the forehand pass, a shot from the point. And gloved down by Kozlowski. May have gone over the crossbar, but Thomas makes the save.
Now things have settled down a little bit here as we're at 4.5 minutes remaining.
Luke Bone will take the face-off. Won by the Bulldogs. Brian Onak. Hard outlet pass looking for Johnson, doesn't connect. Neutral zone play. Johnson flips it up into the air right in front of us. Nazar to Johnson. Onak doesn't get much on that shot, and the Hawks come the other way. Bone. Down the near side. Behind the nets. Back to the points. Pass. Too far out in front of Logan Wetchett. Johnson. Good stick handle work by Wetchett. Good back check. He gave up the puck. Johnson was breaking in alone, and Wetchett just tugged at him from behind and wouldn't let him get the shot off. 3:20 left now. Long indirect pass is deflected into the net. So we'll have another face-off with about 3 minutes left. The Hawks scored first. They were up 1-0 after the first period, but that second period was really where the Hawks took control. They scored 3 times in the second period. Stolen here, Eli Decker. Decker drops it for Boyer. Decker again. Walk out with it, bad angle into the pads. Decker one more time, can't get a shot off. Good back check work by the Bulldogs,
bench, yeah.
and they fire it into their bench.
Friendly fire.
So we approach the 2-minute mark. Hawks are content to just let this tick away. Draw to the left of Kozlowski. Taken by Gavin Weebler, who's got the hat trick today. Nice back touch pass to Kostick, doesn't amount to anything, and now the other way. Weebler drops the pass for Cable. The Bulldogs will intercept. Weebler into the offensive zone, goes down to a knee, still manages to get a shot, and slides through the paint. And now the Bulldogs the other way. Masillo gets taken down. We're going to have a penalty called. Kostick loses the puck, and we'll have a tripping penalty called here on the Hawks. But the clock is still running, so Bulldogs won't have, they'll stop it with under a minute left. So the Bulldogs get an opportunity here to get a little closer. Power play with 58 seconds left.
Madison whistled for the penalty.
Trip.
I like how you did the signal as you said that, Aaron. That was very good.
What the officials, that's what the referees do. They come down and they say, tripping on number 96.
Emphatically.
Emphatic, yes. Shot from just outside of the far face-off dot, whistles wide. Newberg stickily handles through, but it's tapped away. Kept in at the point. Thrown towards the goal. A couple of whacks in the paint. Backhand, and the puck stays out of the net. Down to 40 seconds. Kept in at the point by Bennett. Cross ice. Chenier as it knocked off his stick, and that'll come out to center ice. Bennett leaves it for Chenier. Chenier into the offensive zone. Chenier to Newberg. That's Pappin's shot into the body of Diacetis, and that'll likely do it here as the Hawks will make their way out of their bench. The Bulldogs will make their way out of their bench, and that is how this one will end. The Hawks win 6-1, an impressive performance by this Hawks Midget Major team. Gavin Weebler, the hat trick. The Hawks win 6-1.
Yeah, it was an impressive performance by the Hawks. As you mentioned, they just took control in that second period and never gave the game back. So a very good effort by the Hawks. And for the Bulldogs, just regroup after this one. Not much you can do.
Back at it, that's right. We'll be back at it tomorrow in Joliet for, I believe, a squirt matchup. Looking forward to that. Puck drop there, 5:10. But this is This has been got the handshake line. Handshake line here
Yes.
at one of the greatest traditions in sports. That'll do it here, though, for Stream Sports Midwest. Appreciate you hanging with us while we worked through our technical issues. He's Eric Willowhite. I'm Aaron Chelm. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 5:10 from Inwood. Take care, everybody.